what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a hot oil pre-poo treatment on my hair. This is basically detangled hair. I detangled it last night before I slept, so it probably doesn't look as cool as it should look, but let's just get right into this video. I'm going to show you guys basically how I have been doing my hot oil treatments, and I'm also going to explain to you guys the benefits of hot oil treatments and why I do hot oil treatments. So let's get right into this video.
Hey guys, so for my hot oil treatment, these are the oils that I used, and I stated the benefits of these oils down for you guys to see basically, but you can use any oil that you have within your cupboard. It just needs to be, you know, heated up for it to work the way it's supposed to work. And yeah, what I didn't add here is I also put a few drops of tea tree, and I used conditioner to basically seal in that oil so that it doesn't drip down my back. I took a bowl and I filled this bowl with some hot water, and I placed my hot oil mix in. So I put all this in a applicator bottle that I found would be easy to use for my hair, and then I put this mix into this bowl, and I kept it in this bowl throughout the process because I wanted my oil to remain hot and not to cool down by the time I get to the back of my head. Right, so for those of you who don't know, hot oil treatments are basically beneficial for strengthening the hair, hydrating your scalp and the length of your hair, reducing the occurrence of dandruff and split ends, and increasing blood flow to your scalp, which in turn could increase hair growth, right? These are great pre-poo treatment, especially when you're starting to have new growth that is like real thick and you want it soft and moisturized. I really do advise that you do a hot oil treatment. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this, but I didn't really have an order in which I put the oils. I just know that my biggest oil contributor in my mix was olive oil, but the rest I didn't have a measuring technique. So it's basically up to you and how much you think you would need. I started off by spraying down my hair with some water just to have it damp but not wet, because imagine having water and oil dripping down you, okay? You would never finish. And then using this applicator bottle, I basically firstly focused on my scalp, and I put this oil directly on my scalp and not forgetting those ends, and then I massaged this oil onto my scalp, rubbing it down the length of my hair just to make sure all my hair and the scalp was fully covered in this oil, right? You can put as much oil as you want, as little. Okay, don't put a little bit of oil, okay? don't be stingy now, okay? Put quite a bit of oil so that your hair is saturated in this oil. And then I do this. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but then I then take conditioner and I put conditioner just to seal in that oil and not have it basically dripping off my hair. I want it to stay in my hair for as long as possible. So I did this for the entire length of my hair, braided it up, and then yeah. As you can imagine, this is a lengthy process, and I do advise that you keep the oil in that bowl with hot water in it, so that it stays hot for the duration of the treatment, so that by the time you get to the back, the oil is not cold, because it won't be as effective as it is when it's hot. The oil doesn't get super hot when kept in the boil. I literally use boiling water from a kettle, put it in a bowl, and put the oil in it. The oil never got too hot for my scalp, but you can test the oil on the back of your hand just to see how hot it is, because you do not want to burn yourself through this process. Okay, so going through this again, I opened a section of my hair, took my applicator ball and basically ran it through my scalp just to make sure, just to try get it through all of my scalp in that area. I then put some oil at the ends of my hair and massaged this oil throughout the length of my hair. I also massaged my scalp where I had put this oil just to stimulate the blood flow and to make sure that oil was distributed evenly across my scalp. I carried on massaging my scalp because it feels good, okay? It feels really good, and it's really good for stimulating blood flow and for hair growth. And you know, if you have new growth and it's that time, like it's late in your stretching process, it's really hard to get through your new growth. But after you put the oil and the oil is hot, it really softens that new growth, so your fingers will easily glide through that new growth. I then take conditioner, seal in those oils, braid it up, and I'm done with that section. I was done with my whole scalp. I then just massaged my whole scalp together one more time because it feels good and it's good for your hair, okay? So I did this process throughout my whole head, and as you can see, my hair is shining, okay? That oil is glistening, okay? It looks like I dipped my whole scalp in oil and came out of the oil, but that's really what you're looking for. You need to saturate your hair in the oil. I then pinned all my hair up so that I could put my plastic cap on top and then put on something thicker. So I used a woolen hat just to trap in that heat, and I kept that in my head for about 30 minutes before I then used a shampoo, conditioner, and deep conditioning process. Yeah guys, that is my process, and that is what I do, and that is what helped me stretch my relaxer to 21 weeks. As you can see here, this is after I was done washing it out, conditioning, deep conditioning, and styling. My new growth was absolutely soft and manageable, and I really am glad that I came across this hot oil treatment things and I started implementing it into my regimen, because it's lifesaver, okay? You need to do it. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Don't miss out on the goodness of hot oil treatments. Any information that you need to know about hot oil treatments, any further information, please do leave it in the comments below. Bye guys.